Hey, hey, welcome back to another video. Welcome back, welcome back. This is the Bojoul channel, and we have made it to Christmas. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, your family, and I hope that your Christmas is as merry and as happy as you want it to be. And that brings us into our conversation today. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What exactly is Merry Christmas? You know, I think about it a lot, and I started to really realize, like, even though we say like Merry Christmas, which means, let me tell you exactly what merry means, to be merry, right? I looked it up. To be merry, right? Let's break this down. To be merry is to be happy, especially in a fun and a festive way. It says to be high in spirit and lighthearted. So when somebody's telling you to have a Merry Christmas, they're telling you to enjoy, be happy this season. And a lot of times we have a lot of things that are associated with the holidays, like we have lost a lot of our very, very close loved ones. So it's hard to be merry. We have to deal with a lot of relatives during this time that we normally kind of shy away from because it's no good, no bueno. And a lot of times our work is stressed. It's a lot of demand during the holidays, and then some businesses are not as busy during the holidays because of whatever the reason. But whatever it is, there's calls that will cause you not to be merry as you want to be. But what I wanted to discuss with you today is you create the holidays and the Christmas that you want. You create it for yourself. Like, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, like we say all the time on this channel, self-care is the best care. And even though it's the holidays, it's still up to you to be as happy or as merry, right? I'm going to use that word merry, M-E-R-R-Y, as you want to be. Be as merry as you want to be. You create the standard. You create the atmosphere for how merry you want to be. And just because it's the holidays does not mean you have to tolerate disrespect. It doesn't mean you have to tolerate violations. Personal space does not have to be violated. You make your Christmas as merry as you want it to be. And I want to go over a couple of things and a couple of ways that you can do this. Number one is to set realistic expectations. During this season, we are all busy. We're trying to, whether you're decorating your home, whether you're buying a lot of gifts, whether you're preparing large meals for a family, you have to learn how to set realistic expectations. You're only one person. And how can you be merry when you're so busy trying to make everybody else happy? Like, a lot of times during the holidays, we experience drain and emotional exhaustion and physical exhaustion because we're overexerting ourselves trying to create this picturesque atmosphere or this picturesque environment for our loved ones, and that's cool. But set realistic expectations. How are you feeling? Check in with yourself. Sometimes I can't do it. Even though I did this, that, and the third last year, this year I can't do it. That's it. Set them realistic expectations, because the holidays, they're what, like a month and a half, 2 months or whatever. If you're counting Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, 2 months. If that, not even really 2 months. And you still have to care for yourself and make sure that you're able to keep going even after the holidays. So set realistic expectations for yourself during the holidays so that you don't burn out. It's up to you. You know when to say no. You know when to say, I've had enough. You know how you feel. You don't have to end up in the hospital passed out or in your sick bed in order for people to get the message that I've had enough and I'm overwhelmed. I can't do it. And if you want it to be done, you have to assist. And that's another thing too. A lot of times we enjoy doing things by ourselves and it's fun. But as time go on, sometimes you feel that doing this is going to exert too much energy out of me, or it's going to make me feel poorly if I push myself beyond my limit. And so I'm just encouraging you to set realistic expectations for this holiday season. Next is to manage your stress. We cannot escape stress. That's why I enjoy that term, manage your stress, because it's going to be there. And again, connecting to what we just said about setting realistic expectations, you have to know when too much is starting to be too much. As you get older, right, you begin to be able to identify certain things in your body and how it feels and when it's becoming too much. And you can stop it before it gets to that tipping point. And that's what managing your stress is. Manage your stress during these holidays. Even though you have to be around, or you may have to be around people or loved ones that you don't normally spend time with for specific reasons, there is a way to manage your stress even then, right? And still creating certain boundaries. Some things are unacceptable just because it's a holiday. If it was unacceptable for all of the rest of the year, don't come and think that just because the holidays are here, I'm going to accept your nonsense and your disrespect and your violation during the holidays. No, you're going to manage your stress. You're still going to set those boundaries and say, nah, that's not what we're doing, even though it's the holidays. Just because it's the holidays, you don't get a pass to disrespect me. You don't get a pass to send my stress levels to the max. No, it's unacceptable. The holidays, I'm going to be merry. It's my Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm going to be happy no matter what. Don't just say Merry Christmas. Create your Merry Christmas. It's up to you. So you manage your stress. When enough is enough, that's it. Next, make sure you budget wisely. Don't overspend trying to make everybody else happy. And then after the holidays, you are left with these enormous bills or enormous debt that you have to pay off. And you really couldn't afford to do what you did. And being stressed after the holidays because you overdid your budget or you overspent, that is no way to have a Merry Christmas. That's not a Merry Christmas. That's a disingenuous, exaggerated, fake and phony Christmas. The people who really love you and the people who mean or valuable to you, listen, you set your budget, you stay within your budget, and that is it. Whatever your budget is, I can't tell you what your budget is. You know what your budget is. If you have a budget, spend within your budget. That is it. Whatever doesn't fit in this budget, no. You don't have to try to show off or impress people or make somebody love you because I got this or I got that. No. Do what your heart tells you to do, but stay within your budget. Because that is exactly how people, especially at the beginning of the years, people stressed out. It takes you from January to June to pay off the debt that you incurred during Christmas. Come on, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Budget wisely. Budget wisely. Next, prioritize your self-care. Just because it's the holidays does not mean that you forego your self-care ritual. Whatever it is that you have to do, whether you're in the gym, whether it's your meditation, whether it's your hobbies, whatever you do to keep yourself. See, and we say this all the time, right? Self-care is a journey. It is not a destination. So whatever you have to do to maintain your self-care, it applies during the holidays. You don't get a pass because the holidays where you just abandon your self-care because it's the holidays. No. When you prioritize your self-care, everybody who is participating in your holiday with you will have a better you, better energy from you, better participation, better conversation, because you've taken care of yourself first. Make sure you do that. Care for yourself first during these holidays. And next, learn how to say no. I can't make every party. I cannot make every get together. I cannot make every celebration. I cannot do every single thing that is requested of me. Learn how to say no. We've said that before, and it still applies here during this Merry Christmas. Because if you want to have a Merry Christmas, you have to set standards and boundaries for yourself. How you having a Merry Christmas and you all over the place? You stressed out, you tired, you burned out. You got to do this, you got to do it. Come on. Learn how to say no. I will respectfully decline. No, thank you. I cannot. You need other ways to say no? We got a few videos back just on that. How can I say no? Because some people have a problem saying no. But the more you do it, trust me, it becomes easier and you become more creative in learning different ways to say no. And a lot of times it's just no. Forget the creativity. It's just a no without an explanation. You have a Merry Christmas. You have to make sure it's your responsibility for you to have a Merry Christmas. The merry don't just come into Christmas. You make it merry. You want to be lighthearted? You want to be stress-free? You want to be happy? You create that environment to be merry. Right? It's enough that happens during the holiday that's out of our control. But the things that are within our control, trust and believe. Merry is coming. My merry? You want your merry? Create it. And last but not least, learn how to create your own traditions, right? As much as I miss my grandmother, she used to have, my grandmother, she created certain traditions during the holidays. And, when you lose your loved ones, it's like you miss that tradition, or you miss seeing the things that they used to do. And it's like the holidays become a season of like grieving and like just a reminder that that person or those loved ones are not here. But what I have been trying to establish in my family is I'm creating my own new traditions, because that's what it's about. And I realized my grandmother, it was important to her. And I get it. She wanted to create a certain atmosphere because my grandmother lived in North Carolina. And every time we used to go to my grandmother's house for the holiday, she had the house lit up. As a matter of fact, my grandmother didn't take those lights down all year round. She was that type of person. She kept the lights up. And just during the holidays, I think she would go and check it. It was old school back in the day. You had to change the bulbs, and I don't even know how it was, but it was the big lights, not the little cute little fairy lights we have now. But anyway, and she always had her Christmas tree up. She always had like decorations in the house. And even though I was raised in a family that my mother, she didn't really celebrate. We didn't celebrate holidays and Christmas. But I look forward to going to my grandmother's house and having that atmosphere like a magical Christmas place. She made that happen. I used to go in the bathroom. She's always had the snow globe inside of the bathroom. And that's to turn it upside down and just play with it while I was in the bathroom. Anyway, my point is that even though I miss my grandmother and that when the holidays come, you feel that absence, I want to pick up her torch and create the atmospheres for my loved ones and for my granddaughters and for my children. And that helps you also to coping with that loss. You know what I mean? Because we all experience it. If you haven't, it happens. It's a part of life. We experience loss of our loved ones, dear loved ones. and it hurts badly. You know what I mean? And one of the things, like I said, that help me to kind of cope is to create new traditions for my family, my immediate family. Because I really do appreciate what my grandmother did for me. And I didn't really realize it as a kid. It just like, I thought it would just, this atmosphere was just always there when I went to her house. And so by creating your own traditions, it also help you to grieve, especially if you're grieving those who have created such magical atmospheres as such as Christmas and all throughout the year, but just namely for Christmas, because for the context of this conversation. But create your own traditions. Do special little things, whether it's you play Christmas bingo, or you play Christmas charades, or whatever you want to do. It's just what you are lending to your Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? And the reason I wanted to have that conversation is because Christmas can be merry as you want it to be. Your Christmas can be as merry as you want it to be. You set the standard. You create the boundaries. You reserve the right to say no. You reserve the right to accept things or reject things. It's your Christmas, and it's up to you whether it will be merry or not. It's up to you. I thank you so much for listening today to this Bojoul channel. We are moving forward. We're making progress, and I'm very, very, very grateful. I'm in a super holiday spirit. I'm so in a holiday spirit right now, and like I said, not that I haven't lost my very near and dear loved ones to me or whatever. Not that it doesn't hurt, but I'm choosing to be merry this Christmas. I'm choosing merry. I'm choosing it because guess what? My loved ones who have left, they also, while they were creating the atmospheres and the magical atmospheres for us to celebrate, they were also grieving their loved ones that they have lost. But we didn't know that at the time. We didn't realize that they were also going through that grieving or different things, but they still made things happen for us, whether they're cooking, there's a certain cake or meal or just in general. But the holidays, it's like our emotions are heightened. I know mine is. And I'm so grateful this year. I'm just in this holiday. I done put my Christmas tree up. I done decorated my bathroom. I done put the lights up to the window. It's my Merry Christmas. It's my Merry Christmas. Don't wait for anybody else to make your Christmas merry. You create your own Merry Christmas. The merry, the being happy, the being lighthearted, the being joyful and festive. You make that happen if that's what you want. And if not, so be it. So be it. But for me, I want to be merry this Christmas. So just if I've said anything or I've shared anything with you that resonate or you might could take it and use it, share this video with someone else and just spread the word. And that's another way to be merry, just spreading joy. All of us are going through something at some time. When I'm finished going through something, somebody else starting theirs. When they finish it continues to go. But you still could choose to be merry. So thank you so much for joining us today. This is the Bojoul channel, the home of self-care and wellness and anything that'll help you become the most powerful, dopest, the most incredible version of yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember that self-care, it is the best care. Later.